Guten Abend! Today, we're gonna be playing a personal... Well, the first entry, at least, in a personal favorite of mine. And I happen to be lucky enough to own a boxed copy of it before they had to change the series name, to Quest for Glory because of a trademark conflict with a board game called Heroes Quest, which I don't know if anyone knows about. Anyway, I happen to... So, I haven't installed it yet, because that isn't how I do things here. And I own it on 10 5¼ inch floppy disks. So... let's hope... I backed them up recently. Oh, not a... yeah, abort. Fail? Why would abort... whatever. Install dot help. Indeterminate file error during pipe. Edit install dot help. Admittedly, I've never actually used the pipe more thing, so is this just detailing what all the files are? I think so. Let's try just install. Because I don't know if this is going to be like the AGI games. Apparently not. The earlier games didn't really have an installation program. They had an installation batch file. Sierra's newest products will provide you with superior graphics and sounds, but only if you correctly specify the type of hardware that is installed on your computer. Now I'm actually gonna try and move the microphone closer to the computer so you can hear the drive sounds. Just for, like, authenticity's sake or whatever. Please select your adapter monitor combination from the choices below. Also, interesting choice to greet the user with just a black screen. instead of even just having it be a blue screen, but whatever. IBM PC2. I think this actually might be. This is a IBM Type 8515. But I feel like just going EGA VGA with RGB monitors probably. Like, I don't know what the difference would be between those two. Okay, I have a Creative Sound Blaster, which does not seem to be listed here. Creative Music System or Game Blaster. Isn't the Sound Blaster AdLib compatible? I think it is, but I have never had a terrible much luck with that in the past. But I think that or the Game Blaster. Let's go Game Blaster because that's creative, so I'd assume that would be compatible without any issues. IBM compatible keyboard. I'm using a IBM Model M. Make certain that numlock is off if you wish to use your numeric keypad to control your character. Do you wish to use an IBM compatible joystick? No, never. You wish to use your Microsoft compatible mouse? Sure, why not? I mean, I won't actually be using it, but whatever. If you wish to install the game on your hard disk, type the letter of your hard disk. So what I'm gathering here is I don't get a say in what drive it'll install to. Or not what drive, but what folder. Yeah, the Tandy 1000 keyboards, for some reason, despite using the same connector and everything, has like a slightly different protocol. Please insert the disc labeled disc 2. Gonna be a lot of disk swapping installing this. And it's conceivable that'll just outright fail. Again, I don't remember. I know that some of the later games, when I backed them up, that they had some corrupted discs. Also, interesting to see that it looks like this game is still... that as of this game's release, Sierra was still opting to just use batch files for installation instead of having a dedicated installation program. Because that first part of the installation thing, where we were selecting everything, that was that was an actual program. But you can see at the top there, echo off. That's it. Basically, it's just a front end for a batch file, evidently. Either that, or for some reason, they're using DOS commands to copy programs instead of just like C commands. Because I'm pretty sure that like by this point, like I'm pretty sure C had dedicated commands for copying files around, but whatever. So far, so good. I will say, people emphasize how unreliable floppy disks are, but for the most part, I've found them to be quite reliable. Yeah. Now, what I will say is that our dad actually took care of his crap, and I'd say that floppy disks I've gotten from eBay sellers is a bit of a crapshoot. I've had multiple, like 3.5 inch discs where somehow the center metal spindle has become detached from the magnetic disc, and like I don't know how that happens. So like where the floppy disks from our childhood, I'd say maybe have had a maybe 5% failure rate. I'd say discs and not like an outright failure rate, but like having bad sectors, that's what I'm talking about, like 5 to 1%. Discs I've gotten from eBay or other people have been maybe around the 25 to 30% have bad sectors. Like, I got this from an eBay seller, and literally every disc just read perfectly fine, so. Ooh, I need to get graph paper. I'll get that when I need it. I'm really annoyed that one of the rarest things that that we have, like so rare you can barely find any mention of it online, the first disc has a corrupted sector on it. I'm so irritated by that. But whatever. Now, I should be able to move Sierra Games Sierra. Unable to open source. I don't, like... How do you move a directory in DOS? Whatever, I'll figure that out later. Hero. Alright. This will technically be my first time playing Hero's Quest. Please do not make illegal copies of this game. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move the microphone into a more sensible location now. The software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, programmers, musicians, and lots of other hard-working folks. If you make copies of this software for any reason other than to make a personal backup, you are not only breaking the law, but raising the cost of software for all legitimate users. Please do not make illegal copies of this game. I have played this game. You realize this is a personal... I've even played the crappy VGA remake of this game. I just technically haven't played Heroes Quest. I've played Quest for Glory 1. Oh, by the way, you will need the information contained in the printed documents to successfully complete this game. In other words, it's not just the law, it's a good idea. So, yeah, that's sort of a, if I recall correctly, for this first game, that's sort of a half-truth. Like, technically you could get by perfectly fine. There are a lot of feelies in this box. Please retain this card. Limited warranty. A letter from the producer. This program is not copy protected. You have told us many times that you enjoy the convenience of non-copy protected software, and we're listening to you. In a way, this is an experiment on our part. We want to give you software that is easy and convenient to use, but we can't do that if you make copies of our software and give them away to your friends. Make our experiment a success. Please don't give away copies of this software to anyone else. Make backup copies for your own use, but don't give away copies. If you like this game, please encourage your friends to go out and buy it. Or you could buy a copy as a gift. This way, you'd keep the price of new software lower for everyone. As you know, we supply both 3.5-inch and 5.25-inch diskettes in every package. We know how frustrating it can be to open the box and be unable to get going. We're on your side. We want to make really fun software that's both affordable and easy to use. Please help us continue to bring you the best software package at the best price. We're relying on you. Thanks, Squiggle. Garuka Singh Kalhasa, or Kalasa, producer Sierra Online Inc. Prodigy. Get blown away by Sierra's new stereo entertainment software. Bring your games to life with music add-ons you can purchase direct from Sierra. So apparently Sierra sold an ad-lib music synthesizer and the Roland MT32 sound module. You could buy those direct from them, apparently. Or a third option, the IBM PC music feature is an 8-voice music card for the IBM PC and compatibles. This full-size music card uses the FM tone generation method and has 240 preset voices. The music card provides a MIDI port that allows you to connect devices that comply with MIDI specification 1.0. A letter from the President. Dear friends, at Sierra, our goal is to provide the best possible entertainment For your personal computer. This letter describes the use of add-on cards which greatly enhance the ability of your PC to produce music and Sierra's support of these cards. Sierra is not a hardware development company and has no intention of becoming a hardware development company. But we do know a good thing when we hear it. Roberta and I are excited about the possibilities these cards present to us as makers of computer software. As sound cards for the IBM are a new item for computers that work under MS-DOS, you will not likely find information on them in the computer magazines. The following should give you some basic buying information. What is a music card? Several companies manufacture add-on cards for your personal computer that elevate its musical capabilities well beyond those offered by any major microcomputer sold today. In fact, these cards are actually electronic musical instruments designed for use by professional musicians and adapted to interface with your computer. They can be used to make your computer into a tool for music composition and performance. Sound cards can be used to play music by entertainment and educational software. For instance, when you play the adventure game King's Quest IV on a computer with a sound card in it, you will hear a sophisticated musical soundtrack right out of the movies as you play the game instead of the beeps and boops you'll hear on a normal PC system. Sound cards can also be used to play music. There's no necessity in your having one of these cards in order to enjoy your Sierra product. Just as a Sierra game can be played in either color or monochrome, it can be enjoyed with or without enhanced stereo music. As interested as I am, I probably should stop wasting your time with this specific pamphlet. Here's quest reference card. So yeah, kind of what I meant to say when I started looking at these feelies, is that they're, like, the game will be slightly easier if you have, you know, the documentation and everything, but if I recall correctly from my first playthrough, it's not strictly necessary. Like, you could play the game without the manuals. The main part, though, is the Famous Adventurers Correspondence School booklet. Yeah. You're probably remembering the PC Junior, right? It had a sound chip in it, but yeah. Okay, introduction. Oh. That does not sound good. I'm just going to restart the computer. Yeah, it was kinda... So I guess my next try is going to be the ad-lib. I have a Sound Blaster 16 in this computer, but didn't give me a Sound Blaster option. Da, 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 do. Well, let's... The Tandy, yeah, it was a clone of the PC Junior. Let's see if that... Okay, so while the opening credits are going on, gonna... How to be a hero. So you want to be a hero. Take the simple 1-minute test to see if you have the right stuff to become a student of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School for Heroes. You are having a dinner with the most powerful and influential wizard. He starts to make rude remarks about muscle-brained adventurers. Do you kill the wizard and upset the magical balance of the entire universe by breaking his spell, preventing the eruption of the volcano that then spews lava over the peaceful nearby town, or B, ignore his remarks and pass the salt? You'd be surprised how many would-be heroes chose option A. But here at the famous Adventurers Correspondence School for Heroes, we know that the correct response is, of course, C. You too can become a useful and productive member of the hero community by taking the simple course in how to be a hero. The hero. What is a hero? Hero is the title for which all adventurers strive. A hero must be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. But he or she fighter... Oh, be he or she fighter or wizard, thief or man or woman about town, he or she is the desire of all women and the envy of all men, or perhaps the other way around. How do I become a hero? To become a hero, you must first become an adventurer. Adventurers are most often fighters, magic users, and thieves. My first playthrough was as a fighter. I figured this playthrough I'll see about being a magic user. Just so that this isn't too hard. And I hope you can become a paladin in the second game as a, as a magic user, but I'm not sure. The Adventurers Guild. Meeting hall and employment agency for all would-be heroes. The Adventurers Guild will become your home away from home. This is where you go to have your exploits recorded in the log, boast about your peers, blah blah blah. Fighter, magic user. Yeah. I find this terribly interesting, but I don't want to risk boring you and reading through the whole thing, not to mention how interminably slowly I read. So, because I'm terribly uncreative, that's literally the name I choose in every game. That was my name on my first playthrough. Yeah. Okay. There is... So, how this works... how this works is that you can level up these skills, but if it's at 0, you cannot level it up. And so I have 50 points to allocate, and getting a you have to spend, what is it, 15 points to get something to words, Peter, to get a skill up from 0. I am going to look at the magic user in the manual. Master of mystery, preponderer of power, intimate of intuition. The magic user is the intellectual among adventurers. The magic user must master his mind to mold the mystery of the ages. Through the use and control of the magical spell, the magic user can selectively alter the fabric of the universe and create things out of whole cloth. Spells are usually learned by reading specially created scrolls that brand the spells upon the brain. They can be purchased at specialty shops, gained from kindly old wizards. Yeah, that's pretty... magical energy. To become a magic user, you must find a teacher of the craft. Many towns and villages have magic users who, for a modest fee, are willing to impart the spark that will ignite the mental light and illuminate common spells. I want to see fetch. The fetch spell. Lowenhard's Lariat of Legerdemain, or as it's better known, Fetch, is a spell to manipulate objects at a distance. Upon casting, this spell creates an energy field around the visible... Okay, so I don't think I strictly need climbing then. And I don't think the manual is really going to give me how I should or should not build my character. Oh, also something funny that Sierra Games like to do in the manual to sort of give you a... oh, my brain. Gosh dang it. To help you get started, it gives you a tutorial to kill yourself. Hero's Quest walkthrough. Warning, the following section includes hints that experienced game players may not want to see. Continue reading only if you are having trouble getting started playing Hero's Quest. And yeah, it leads you into one of the death scenes, which I will be looking at because I love death scenes in Sierra games. Gosh. It was a Dell computer. I can't tell you exactly what model, but it was a Dell computer with a, yeah. I don't know how the combat's going to play like in this game. Because I know that as a... I don't know how the combat's going to play... I'm sorry, I can't say what the... what the exact specs of the computer was. We unfortunately have long since gotten rid of it, and I'm playing on a somewhat unbranded computer I got from a business going out of sale in town. Yeah. You know what? I'm just... luck. Sure. Start game! This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. What do you call yourself? Terrence. Good luck in your quest, Terrence. Also, Naomi, quick menu wasn't an operating system. It was just a graphical interface for launching DOS applications. Ooh. Welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin, at your service. May you find what you seek here. Talk to cat. Very good food, very good drink, finest in town. Sit, rest, and you will be served by my Shima. Okay. Now, that is an insanely creepy building right there. But as a magic user, I'm actually going to have to go in it, so... Talk to woman. Zzz. Zzz. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, Saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see the registration book on the desk and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated by the fire must be the guild master. He is snoring. Talk to master. You're not close enough. Talk to master. Zzz.
Ark! I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome! It's so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think the valley is cursed. Oh, my young friend, what shall we talk about? I have so many stories. Just ask me about something.
Ask about jobs.
You know, that reminds me very little of the time old Schultz and I... Wait a minute, it'll come to me.
Ask about town. Yeah, okay. Look at jobs. Look at quests. Reward for return of the lost ring. Inquire at the healers. Oh, I should probably get a notebook. Okay. Lost ring. Inquire at healers. Now, as I've played this before, I know exactly where the healers is, thankfully. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The picture is of a small child with braids. Reward for 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. I love the name of this town, because if I recall correctly, literally translated, it translates to Game Town. So I love that. Missing child. Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description... Okay. Kill or capture warlock. Now, if I recall correctly, the Warlock is difficult. Wanted brigand leader. Oh, they want the brigand leader. I thought this was like like a job listing. Wanted brigand leader. Unknown appearance, wears a cloak, must provide proof of leader's identity. Spielberg Castle Gates. Brigand leader need proof of identity. Notice spell components needed. Okay. Spell components needed. Healer. Okay. This poster seems to have been here a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg's Castle Gates. Okay. Info leading to return of Baronet okay. Look at book. The last entry was made several years ago. It says, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of December. Sign book. Sign your name with the adventurer's log with a flourish. So I think I should probably... Ooh. Oh man, this scared me so much in my first playthrough. I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. We have very little for ones such as you, who have not been initiated, but what we have could prove useful. Ask about training? We are entities of magic and power. Matters such as that are of little importance. Okay. I know zap. I know the spell zap. So that's something. Well, I have to get training from someone about spells. We sell several magical spells on study scrolls. You may purchase Flame Dart for 60 silver, Fetch for 40 silver, or the Open Spell for 30 silver. I need Fetch for one of the jobs. I know that you can find a wonderful spell if you learn the secret of Irana's Peace. I forgot about Irana. I probably don't have enough to buy... Yeah, I don't have enough to buy anything. The sheriff replies, "Why, that's me." No, it's not. There's a sign on the door of the barber shop, informing whoever reads it that the barber is out to lunch. The door is locked. You can smell apples as you approach this corner. The pretty young centaur looks at you and says, "Good day, and welcome to Spielberg. Do you wish to buy some nice fruits and vegetables?" Ask about fruit. There are still some apples left from last season in the barrel. You can buy 10 for a silver, since they are so small. We will have fresh cherries in a couple of months. Buy apples. I don't remember what they're useful for, but you carefully select 10 of the best apples from the barrel and pay the lady a silver piece. Also, in typical Sierra game fashion, I believe you can screw yourself over. Oh, you also, as I recall, you also have to eat regularly. So I have 5 food rations. Talk. "Oh, I'm sorry," the bookkeeper blurts out. "I didn't see you coming in." "My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they even make it to town." "You may be in luck. I carry a modest amount of adventurer's equipment behind the counter. Would you like to make a purchase?" Ask about items. "I carry weapons, armors, daggers, rations, ale flasks, and various foodstuffs." Ask about rations. "Adventuring rations aren't the tastiest food in the world, but they'll keep you healthy and alert as you go along. A pack of 5 rations will cost you just 5 silvers. And I need to see if this game explains anything. Magical creatures. What is a monster? Raiser of rulers, annihilator of adventurers, bane of insurance salesmen. Monsters come in many colors, shapes, and sizes. The best way to determine whether a creature is indeed a monster is to observe it carefully in its natural habitat. Here are some warning signs that could indicate a tendency to being a monster. Oozes green ichor that shrivels plants, corrodes metals, and smells like rotten turnips. Eats people with its mouth full. Collects half-eaten corpses. Drools, gibbers, and slavers. Attacks first and asks questions later. Twitches its tentacles in anticipation of touring tourists. Will not eat its spinach. Of course, this makes it difficult to tell a monster from your average adventurer. An easy rule of thumb is this. If a creature attacks, kill it, and call it a monster afterwards. Accidentally spit on the book. I do enjoy the sprinkling of humor in this series. I love it so much. How, like, this game knows when to be serious and when to be silly, and I love that so much. Though it doesn't, this manual doesn't tell me anything about rations or anything like that. So, I guess we'll just learn as we go along. Knock. There's no response. Knock. There's no response. Okie dokie. Look at door. There's a sign on the door which says "Gone Fishing." Guessing it's gonna be a similar thing with... No. Let's see. Alms! Alms for the poor! Inventory. Give silver. Thanks! You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town, since the brigands started scaring all the trade away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is to not take up begging. It just doesn't pay. And don't go out at night. Okay. Look in barrel. Barrels smell... The barrels are empty and smell of sour beer. Look in barrel. Look around. This grubby place must be an alley. You feel a strange cold being here. You see some discarded barrels and a beggar holds out a bowl toward you. A word of warning to you, don't drink don't drink the dragon's breath. Oh, we're drinking the dragon's breath. How could we not? The grimy window sits a little light. Oh. Excuse me. The grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, two gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. Look at stool. There seems to be something slimy spilled on the stool, and it's eating the wood. You think perhaps you should sit on the next stool over. What do you want? Talk to barkeep. Let's just try talk. Talk to man. The bartender shows little interest in small talk. Ask about beer. We've got some of the finest ale in the valley. Only 1 silver. Ask about selection? Ask about products. Ask about dragon's breath. The dragon's breath is our specialty, and it's Crusher's personal favorite. It's hard not to. Come by, and it's very hard to come by, so it'll cost you 25 silver, cash up front. Yeah, that is a rather obvious trapdoor. Order dragon's breath. The bartender bellows, "Sit down first." Sit. What do you want? Order dragon's breath. The bartender is empathetic as he tells you, if you want a mug of dragon's breath, house rules say it'll have to be cash up front. You cough up the cash. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher, our friend here wants dragon's breath. There you go. Drink. You've never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the dragon's breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game. Yeah, so, that's what the walkthrough in the manual instructs you to do. It would appear, so there's a quick reference card here. It appears that the mage, that you don't get a special combat interface for the magic user. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You are on your own in a very dangerous place. Don't remember how to look at the time. It's midday on day 1, so yeah, this game has a day-night cycle. The bright smell of fresh herbs mingles with the aroma of wood smoke as you near the hut by the side of the road. I should probably also map, but I'm not going to be playing for much longer tonight. So let's just talk to the open door. The door seems to be barred from the inside. Perhaps you should knock. Knock. You hear the inside bolt slide open. Come on in. The fragrance of the herbs mingles with some other rather pungent odors as you step into the healer's house. Lovely day, isn't it? My, you look very healthy for an adventurer. You must be new. What can I do for you? I can sell you potions if you'd like. I can also buy spell components if you are interested in gathering some for me. Don't mind me, I always have much to do around here. Ask about spell components. I will pay you for cheetar claws, troll beard, magic mushrooms, and flowers from Irana's Peace. Okay, the flowers from Irana's Peace are probably going to be the easiest ones to get. Spell ingredients for healer. The implication is that most healers get mauled by the creatures and the brigands and, like, die pretty quickly. Cheetar. Ooh. Claws. Troll. Beard. Magic. Mushrooms. Flowers from Irana's Peace. Yeah, no, I was replying to you, so. Ask about cheetar claws. The cheetar looks like a cross between a panther and a man. It is vicious and tough. Unless you are a very tough fighter, you had best to get away from it. If you do manage to kill it, then I will pay you 5 silvers for each claw. Ask about troll beard. 5 silvers is a rather low price, I feel. The trolls around here are tough monsters that cannot stand the light of day and so are found at night or in caves. They are very difficult to kill, but I will pay 2 healing potions for the beard of a troll. Ask about... Oh my gosh, I just remembered something that's in this game. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Magic mushrooms. I use the mushrooms from a fairy ring to make magic potions. From fairy ring. I'll pay you 1 gold for some. Awesome. Ask about flowers. I use flowers from Irana's Peace to the north. To the N. In nearly all my potions, they have some of the magic of the place even when they are dried. I will pay you 5 silvers for a flask full of flowers, so I need a flask. Ask about flask? Will you give me one? I will pay you 1 silver for each empty flask you bring me, so I can use it for more potions. Waste not, want not, I always say. So if I, like, drink a potion, I'll have an empty flask, I guess. $5 silver. Ask about mushrooms. 1 gold. 1 gold. Cheetor claws was 5 silver. And how much was a troll beard? Two healing potions. Okay, ask about fairy. Fairy dust obviously comes from fairy. They dance around the mushroom rings when it is night. Fairies are magical beings, so be careful around them. Ask about fairy ring. Ask about fairy ring. Those fairies are cute, but they play rough. Ask about ring. Shaped in gold like a braid of the herb Alphalus with entwined leaves. I don't know how I lost it. I hardly ever take it off. Man, I forgot just how silent this game was. But anyway, that's all the time I have for tonight. I'm really happy to be playing this game again. I love this series dearly. I'm not looking forward to specific elements of this, and since I'm not playing a fighter, I don't know what all of the solutions will be. Like, things are going to be different. And yeah, this game doesn't seem to have specialized combat for a magic user, so it looks like you're just sort of expected to either to just zap them from afar and hope you can kill them before it initiates combat. How about a slice of quiche? Anyway, that's all for tonight, folks, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.